All right, is it live streaming now?
Yeah,
Give it a second.
give me another.
We have
I
to
gotta get
publish
it.
it on the website.
Yeah, I gotta publish it on the website at the
gotcha.
same time. About another 20 seconds. Okay, we are live and active.
All right. So I think now we can go ahead and get started and call the meeting to order. And I think the first order of business is introductions. So I can start. My name is Crystal. I am a physician assistant at a federally qualified clinic in Maringouin, Louisiana. And I am serving as the chairman. And then let's start. I don't know. Let's see. I guess, Dr. Craven, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. My name is Jimmy Craven. I'm a vascular surgeon here in Baton Rouge. I currently serve as the FOL Health System president of our employed provider network, and we're very happy to say we have over 250 to 300 advanced practitioners across our health system in the state of Louisiana.
Okay, I'm just going down the list of participants. So let's go with Dr. Collada next.
Yes, I'm Vincent Collada. I'm the executive director of the State Board of Medical Examiners and a retired obstetrician and gynecologist.
Dr. Cresswell.
Hi, how are you doing? I'm Larry Cresswell. I'm the Director of Investigations for the LSBME. I'm also an emergency medicine physician by training.
Okay. Next is Miss Patricia.
Hi, I'm the Executive Counsel for the Board of Medical Examiners.
And next is Dr. Nick.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Nikolic. I am the interim system chair for urgent care and occupational health at Ochsner Family Medicine Trained.
Next is Miss Jacinta.
Good morning. I'm Jacinta Dutu. I'm the Executive Staff Officer for the LSBME.
Miss Olivia.
Hi, I'm Olivia Palong. I'm the executive assistant for LSBME.
Miss Susie.
Good morning. I'm Susie Allen. I'm the Director of Research and Education at the board, and I write and edit our online courses for our practitioners. So I'm just checking in today to see what some of the latest issues in the PA world are, as eventually I'm sure I will have to edit our existing course. My background is a doctorate in health systems management. Thank you.
And Miss Guzman.
Hi, my name is Varsha Gusman. I'm a practicing PA in the Neuro ICU. Also serve as a program director for Xavier University of Louisiana PA program in New Orleans. Also co-chair the APP Diversity and Inclusion Committee. Thank you.
And I think one of the orders of business that we have to include is that if there's anyone in the public who wants to make comments, you can make them at public comment at lsbme.la.gov. And then moving along, I think we need to move into old business, which I believe includes going over, is it just approving the last minutes of the meeting from July? Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And I'm hoping that everyone got a chance to look over it. And I assume that we need a motion to approve the minutes from July. Can I get a motion?
This is Jimmy Craven. I'll make a motion to approve.
And then I believe we need a second as well.
I'll second. This is Varsha Gusman.
And then does it need to be voted on by everyone saying aye?
Before you vote, Ms. Chase,
Sure.
this is Dr. Collada. There needs to be an editorial change.
Okay.
We regrettably, in the first page of the minutes, inadvertently labeled this committee the Genetic Councils Committee. It should be changed to the PA Advisory Committee, and it will be done in the final filed copy if you approve the change today.
All right. So I think the vote would include that change. Can we get a vote? Everyone approving, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
And that gets us through the minutes of both the minutes from last meeting, and then I believe is the next set of business. Do we need to go ahead and move on to new business with the physician assistant rules? Is that right, Dr.
That's
Collada?
correct. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is that something you want me to lead, or is that?
Well, basically, we wanted to discuss with you all any perceived needed changes that you might want to work with the board on that would give you the opportunity to avoid any difficulty in the legislature if we could come to some agreement on some changes that would benefit the PA practice and allow you to not get involved in the fight that could occur in the legislature. What we could do by rules, we are willing to do by rules if we can negotiate what the board approves, and I'm happy to take that to the board. If you tell me what you want to do, we will talk about what we can do, get it approved by the board and bring it back to you all and make a rule change. If you don't think it's satisfactory, obviously you're all still free to go to the legislature with anything the PAs want. But I thought we might short circuit a fight and have something that we all agree upon done without the, how do I want to say, the hurry up and often accidental omissions that occur in the middle of a session.
Okay. So let me look at this real fast. So I think we do have a few suggestions, and Varsha can help me out with this. Dr. Craven and Dr. Nick, if you all have suggestions, I'm more than willing to hear them, welcome to hear them too. In terms of rules that are interesting, it looks like there's a rule that says there's an age limit of a PA. I don't know if anybody has seen that.
You mean in terms of how old you have to be to get licensed? That's 20 years old, ma'am.
Is that something that should continue to be in there, given that most people don't get through graduate school by the age of 20?
Well, you do not have to. Some of us did, quite frankly. Some of you may in the future. I think if you set a minimum limit, then you won't have people that would find themselves too young to do this. If you want to raise it, certainly we can agree to raise it. But I think if you leave it at 20, we're happy. If you want to go to raise it to 25, we'll go to the board with it. It's your request to see what you want to do.
Maybe we just leave that one, table that one, and come back to it. I don't know that that's the most important one. Does anybody have any other suggestions? I'm just trying to look at this quickly. Okay. I know one of the things that we discussed was looking at the paperwork. I don't know if that's something that needs to be discussed or not.
What paperwork, ma'am?
The approval of the supervising physician. Is there a possibility, Dr. Collada, that we could gather information and then jump back on it another time to go over this, or is this something that needs to be
No, you just tell us what you want to do and we'll start working on it. Yes, we will have to convene again, just so you'll know. The supervising physician paperwork is all online.
Okay.
It does not need to be done in writing, and people can pay by credit card or electronic check after the first of the year. So if there's something you want to do to streamline that, tell us what you want to do. There was a misstatement at the hearing that it had to be done by paper, and that was not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do it by online, and since people were concerned about paper, we will remove the paper system altogether, but it has been online for about 4 years now.
Right.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with the form as it is, or do you want to change the form?
I haven't seen the form in several years, so I'm not entirely sure to the answer to that question.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we ask Dr. Craven and Dr. Nikolich to look at that online form between now
Okay.
and our next meeting? And they, in the interim of time, can send me information that they think we should add or subtract.
Okay.
Now, I do think that the board is going to want to, as we modify this, the board is going to want to ask of the physicians the name of all the PAs they supervise. And we will probably, in the renewal form for the PAs, ask for the supervising physicians and copies of the clinical practice guidelines, unless you all want to do something different than that.
We got Patricia has her hand up.
Patricia, go.
Well, you said actually what I was going to say, that given that it seems like the members would like to have a little more thought about this, between now and the time of the next meeting, if they have suggestions, a wish list, a do not wish list, whatever it is that they would like to see in any rules modification, if they would just forward it to you, that would help me get to work on it. And it wouldn't be obviously a finished product, it would be a discussion product, but I could be working on that prior to the next meeting, when we could actually have a more fulsome discussion about what the members would actually like or not like. But at this point, I don't have a whole ton of guidance other than having seen the legislative debates prior to now.
Is there a possibility that we could all have homework and look at the rules and the laws and get feedback, and then set a date to come back together after we've sent information to Dr. Collada and the team to discuss?
Yes,
You can all have
absolutely.
homework. You can all have homework.
The
My
only thing you
concern-
can't,
Go ahead,
You're
Pat. You're
say
going to
what-
tell them. You were going to
You're
tell
gonna say
them.
exactly the same thing I'm gonna
Right.
say. The only thing is you can't do it as a group or even as a round robin. But yes, you can think among individually and then
Sure.
and then compile your thoughts. And if you want to forward those ahead of that discussion, we can sort of get them in some kind of cohesive document, start to finish, that can be discussion topics. We'd love to do that. Yeah.
Okay. That would be great. I apologize, I was not prepared for this morning. So is there a possibility that we could plan to do that, and then could we also plan the next meeting? That way we're all on the same page and we have time to make sure it's, on the schedules. Does it need to be done by the end of the year, or is this something that can be
No.
after the holidays?
What I would like to be able to do, so that we don't get in a legislative fight,
Sure.
is at least have the concepts that you want done in the in a form that the board can approve, and we can be working on the language. But if it turns into a fight in the legislature, we can say, we've done this, we've agreed on this, and maybe we can keep it from having a legislative fight, because I don't think that benefits anybody. And I've always noted that when we have these kind of fights, the result is always not well thought out and driven by emotion and not logic.
Right. Okay. Is there a time frame? I mean,
How about a
is it-
January meeting?
That sounds wonderful. So I think if we could plan a January meeting, and then is there a specific, so let's say we plan mid-January and it needs to be on a Saturday, is that correct?
Well, traditionally, you all have met on Saturday for many, many
Okay.
years, okay? If you guys want to change that, that's fine with me and my staff. I think the key is we just need to make sure that we pick an available day that is early enough that we can all make available ourselves for the time and the date. Some people might not be able to make a Wednesday at noon meeting, but they can make a Wednesday at 5 p.m. Some people may not be able to make a Wednesday at 5 p.m. So I think the issue is, if you want, I can have Ms. Jacinta send out a doodle to everybody and we can pick that meeting in the next couple of days.
Okay. I would say we try to do mid-January, and then how much time do you all need to put our thoughts together? Is a week in advance enough time?
Yes,
I-
that would be enough. I think that would be enough time. And the mid-January meeting works decently because then if we were to reach some sort of conceptual agreement, we could present it to the full board at their January meeting. And that would get us in line to work through February to have something actually as a finished product before the legislature starts. And this would really just be talking points. We're not talking about sponsoring anything, but we surely want to be able to, at least to the extent, and we understand that, you guys might have some element of divided loyalties, being a subset of the board, but also being members of your own associations and so forth. But if we could agree on some basic principles and concepts such that we could present a united front on at least those principles, I think that would be very helpful for the legislature as they try to navigate their way through some of these thorny issues.
Okay. If you all could gather information to do the mid-January meeting, and then we could, after we have that date planned, we'll say a week in advance, we'll get the information. It needs to go to you, Miss Patricia, and Dr. Collada, or just
You can just send it to me, Crystal, and I'll make sure it gets circulated to everybody who needs to see it in our agency.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions about that? Any comments? Are you okay with the that plan moving forward today?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And do you
Actually,
prefer the meeting on a Saturday for the rest of the members of the committee? Saturday's still good?
I would prefer a Saturday. I don't know about everyone else.
It's easier to schedule for me for a Saturday than during the week.
Dr. Craven, how are you with Saturdays?
I mean, there's no good day, so Saturday is about as good a day as any. So I'm fine with that if that's what's best for the group.
Thank you, Dr. Craven. Ms. Guzman?
Yes, this works just fine. Thank you.
All right, well, Jacinta will send you an opportunity to vote on either the 8th or the 15th, which are I'm sorry, that's the wrong month. It's
No,
going to
that's
be
correct.
probably.
That's correct.
That's correct?
That is
Okay.
correct. 8 or 15.
Right. 8th or 15th of January, and when we get that done, we'll send you out. And then whenever you send the information to me, I will forward it to our staff to start bringing it together. Obviously, the sooner you get it to me, the sooner we can have a more refined document for you all to review at that meeting. And we can include it in the agenda, which is sent out in advance of the meeting.
And if there's information that you all need that you don't have to the ready to help you make a review and consideration of this, if you'll just let us know, we'll be happy to send you anything that is available to us. I'm not sure what access you all have to information that you think you might need or want.
Okay. It looks like that may be the last of the new business. So after this, we need to go into executive session. Is that correct?
That would be correct. You would need a motion to go into executive session. We would need about 15 or 20 minutes, 15 to 20 seconds, maybe a minute to allow Alan to bring us into executive session. While the remainder of the meeting stays on in the public realm, they will be noticed that we are in executive session when we come out. Any decisions made in the executive session would have to be voted on. And we'll talk about how to do that properly when we get into executive session.
I vote to move to executive session.
Moved by
Is there a
Dr.
second?
Second.
Moved by Dr. Nikolich and second by Dr. Guzman. Ms. Guzman, thank you very much. You want to give Alan now time to get into executive session. He'll take care of it in just a minute and you'll all be switched over.
Dr. Craven?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, because you're actually dialed in from a phone, you're not going to be able to be put into the executive session. It has to be done
All right,
from computer audio only.
I'll try from the Zoom-
What's that?
I'll try from the Zoom link again. It
Okay.
access looks so, but I'm fine.
All righty. Okay.
Thank
You gonna put me in there, Al? Alan, can you put me in the exec session? Alan, are you able to put
Dr.
me?
Craven? Dr. Craven?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you not have the ability to connect from a computer or from the app on the on your phone, or the Zoom app on your phone?
The Zoom app says access forgotten. I'm trying to get on my
Okay.
iPad right now.
All right, let me let them know what's going on.
Looks like you're in.
Okay, Miss Crystal, everyone's back.
Okay. Regarding the case that was discussed in executive session, case 2021-1006, is there a recommendation?
We recommend no further action.
Okay. Do we need a vote on that?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
All right, can I get a second on that recommendation?
Second.
All right. And then I guess all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I believe looking at the meeting agenda, there is no further business. Does anybody have any other questions, or is there further business that we missed that we need to discuss? Okay.
Well, I want to thank you on behalf of the
so-
agency for all your hard work today. We appreciate it very much.
I believe the plan will be that we'll hear from Ms. Jacinta about making either the 8th or the 15th. We'll plan to get information to Dr. Collada before that, the week before that, and then we'll come together and discuss the rules and regulations. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
And
you
I
all should have
believe we need a
received the doodle poll. I'm sorry.
Okay, perfect. If there's no other business or comments, I believe we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.